Now for our breaking story of the day, and that's what Jack Mallers has to share regarding the Bitcoin price and his conviction that the Bitcoin price will likely hit $1 million and above per coin. So now let's break this down, shall we? And before I even get into the prediction, he recently tweeted his new interview on the podcast with Dave Portnoy, as mentioned here, from founding Barstool Sports at 25 to selling it for $500 million to buying the company back for $1. And also, as I mentioned earlier, it was announced that he is going to be putting Bitcoin on its balance sheet, which is another major move. And I hope a lot of other major companies follow in his footsteps. So now here's from an interview of him actually predicting the Bitcoin price and why he is so passionate about it. And this is something I transcribed myself and posted on X. Here we go, coming directly from Jack Mallers. If silver is going to 1000x, I will walk into my kitchen right now and I will melt all of my silverware and I will sell it at market. If gold is going to rally, Elon Musk will find more on Mars. This is a super important point. Bitcoin is the only monetary instrument in the history of our species that is fixed. Preach. It does not matter how much more demand comes into the asset class. No one will ever be able to make more of it. There are two things I can guarantee you in my life. Number one, that I will die. And number two, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. And those are the two things that I can only value. It's my life and my Bitcoin. So it is the only fixed supply asset. It is not that complicated. It is going to go up because everything else can be issued more. The only thing that is clear to us and clear to our customers is that you cannot hold and save in dollars anymore. Preach. I think there is going to be a new era of the US dollar where inflation will enter a normalized 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. The days of 2% inflation are over. The Fed really blew this thing up. You can call it inflation because the CPI is a load of nonsense, right? Like the government is going to tell me how the dollar is inflating based on a basket of instruments like my Netflix subscription or my Caesar salad doesn't actually tell me where the dollar is doing or how well it's doing or that it's being devalued. Miami real estate does. Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is up over 50% this year. You're telling me that the dollar isn't inflating? You are out of your mind. I am not listening to that. The Fed and the whole monetary system is based on trust, and they constantly break that trust. Preach. It would be the equivalent to there is a fire outside of my house, I smell the smoke, and someone tells me, nah, it's a bunch of teenagers putting on a bonfire. Okay, but I hear police sirens. Are you sure it's a bonfire? Yeah, it's a bonfire. Now I hear 10 sirens, 100 sirens. Now my whole community is running out. I'm not going to get up and look outside the window and see what's going on. I don't believe them for a second. You have to be absolutely crazy to believe the Federal Reserve right now. They are full of it, and I don't have to because I own Bitcoin. There is no one that can deflate my instrument. I get to hold it, saving it. I know the monetary policy. I sleep like a baby, like the baby face that I am. I think you are crazy to believe the Fed and these swap lines and treating these assets at par. It is a gimmick. It is a scam. Preach. Now, also want to share some more from Jack Mallers from that interview that he did on CNBC regarding this price prediction. When he was speaking, he said he is convinced that the Bitcoin price will hit $1 million per coin, fueled by global hyperinflation. And he refers to the Fed's manipulation, as we already, touched upon, and this very bold and passionate statement that there are only two things guaranteed in the world. Nobody can live forever. No one could ever create more than 21 million Bitcoin. And regarding the altcoin industry, he went on to share the following. My overall opinion is that the name of the game is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. The altcoins are interesting, but a lot more speculative. I use them to accumulate more Bitcoin. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Jack Mallers.